Now we got to talk about the schedule. We got to see how things are going to go because at the end of the day, it's about wins. It's about wins and losses, and we got to see exactly where you guys are going to go. How much better you guys are going to be. I've heard some people say that you guys can be a playoff team this year,
Hmm.
and that's possible. That's very possible. So let's pretty much see how you feel about this. So first game, September 7th against the Las Vegas Raiders.
Yeah, I see that as a win. I don't see Las Vegas putting together too much in there at that point in time. I don't see Gino and them doing too much at that point with that. So I can see it doing that. We're going game by game.
Yeah, game by game.
Okay, go ahead.
And then on the road in Miami, the place that is the most difficult for you guys to win at,
Even with Brady there. Um,
even with Brady there.
I can see something different this year. I think that their problem is going to be um, that they're not going to be able to stop people. I don't think I think that they're going to have an issue stopping a lot of people. So I can see that being I can see that going either way. But let's just chalk that up as a loss.
Okay, so 1-1 to start it up.
Hmm.
At home against the Steelers.
That's a
Aaron
win.
Rodgers is there.
Aaron Rodgers is not going to do anything. That's a win. We ain't got to talk about
Oh my goodness. uh against the Panthers at home.
it. All right, we'll win that game too.
Okay, okay. I like Bryce Young. I think he with Tat McMillan and everything, that could be a game, but
I
got
just
you.
don't.
All right.
So here's my thing. I just don't think that although they have some nice young receivers there, I don't think that if you match them up against our secondary, I don't think that their receivers are going to be they're going to be shut down. They're going to have to run the ball, and I don't think they're going to be able to run the ball.
All right. All right. First game against the one of the heated rivals in the AFC East, the Buffalo Bills on the road in Buffalo.
That's a tough one, right? I think Buffalo will probably take that, but that's a tough one. I don't. So I think Buffalo's going to be really good this year again, right? Because the Buffalo's going to go as Josh goes, right? And I think the one thing that that most teams don't take into account is their running game, right? They have a sneaky running game, and most people don't look at that very well. But I think that they're going to be a tough foe. It's going to be the will be the two teams that'll be vying for the division this year. I don't think Miami or the Jets will do anything like that. But
Hmm.
and I no disrespect to the to the Dolphins at all. I think the Dolphins would be contending also. But I just think that it's going to be more of a contention between Buffalo and New England this year. Just looking at the talent on the teams. So, but Buffalo will probably take that one at home. I think we'll split with them, and they'll first one at home.
Okay,
We can
okay. So
we'll win that
so
one.
you so you start off 3-2.
Uh huh. Actually,
Now you
you
go on the road and play
skip
the
those two
Saints.
games because we're those two games are wins.
Okay, so are you skip? I'm skipping the Saints and Titans. So you calling both of those wins, right?
Yeah, it'll be wins.
All right, 5-2, 5-2 at home against the Cleveland Browns. Now I know they got a quarterback situation. They got 6 quarterbacks on the roster right now.
Yeah,
They
but
got
that's on.
Deshaun Watson's not playing, of course. You got Joe Flacco, Kenny Pickett. They just signed another quarterback. You got Shadur Sanders and Dylan Gabriel. But this defense is still really good. How do you feel about this game?
We'll be Cleveland, and we'll be Cleveland because of Cleveland, right? Because of them getting in their own way. They now it depends on who's quarterbacking the team. If Shador's quarterbacking the team, they'll have a chance. If any of the other guys are doing it, they won't have a chance to win.
Even if they have Joe Flacco?
Yes, because and the reason why I say Joe Flacco is because Joe Flacco is just so stationary in the pocket that they'll be able to get back there to him. I think that they're the one, and I don't think they've improved that offensive line that much where they can protect him like that. You know what I'm saying? Like that offensive. So everybody was talking about Deshaun Watson last year and this right here, but Deshaun Watson can't come in there and get the ball snapped to him and protect himself. They were getting back there to him. Sometimes before by the time he got the ball in his hand, they were back there on him already. So I don't know why most people think that Deshaun Watson had a horrible year. He got hurt because he tried to do too much, and that was the problem with him. but we'll be Cleveland. If Shador's playing, they'll have a chance because he scares me because of his accuracy.
Okay. So that's what 6-2, right?
Mm-hmm.
6-2 to start off.
Something like that.
Now, why is this showing me last season? I'm supposed to be looking at this season. All right, thank you. At home against the Falcons.
Now that's a tough game there. I think the top five Falcons have really gotten good this year. I think that they'll be even better this year. But let's see what that sophomore slump happens with them. I think we have a good chance of losing it just because of their running game. Um, and 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 then they also have a really good tight end that apparently realized that he was a tight end now, and he's supposed to catch the ball. I guess he only likes left-handed quarterbacks apparently, but
Could be.
but but yeah, I think the Falcons could possibly take that game there.
Okay, now with so that's a loss, right? So
Yeah.
that's what 6-3?
Hmm.
6-3 to start off. Now you're on the road against Baker Mayfield and the Bucks, and that's a heck of a wide receiver room they got over there with Bucky Irving.
Yeah.
Well,
They got. I think their wide receiver room may be a little bit too much for our secondary. Like we have a lot of good corners, right? But I think they'll tire us out enough. And the fact that Mayfield can be so mobile, and don't forget about that. Let's not forget about the running back they have. Like it's not like they got Bucky anyway.
mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think that might be that's a good chance of being a loss there.
Okay, 6-4 at home against the Jets.
You'll win that game. Don't worry. We'll sweep the Jets this year.
Okay, 7-4 Bengals on the road.
So that Bengals game is going to depend on a lot of things, right?
It's
Now
late. This late in the season too. This is when the Bengals actually start to play
I
better.
start playing, right, and that's the hard part with them. But I don't see them having a running game.
You don't think Chase Brown is going to do too much for
Once again,
them?
I see them having a running game, and that offensive line has always been bad against just opening holes for the running back. Most of the running backs created those holes themselves, right? And they rely too much on Joe. Will they allow that running game to transform into an able partner with their passing game? And I don't think they're going to do that. So I think it will be Cincinnati.
Okay, so that 8 and no, that's 9. That's 9 games, right? I lost count. Don't worry about it. So
Four,
now you're
eight.
going up against the Giants. Now I can guess where you're going with this,
Mm-hmm.
but hear me out. It seems like every time y'all played the Giants, y'all kind of not in the same situation, but it's like both of y'all coming off of seasons where y'all didn't go to the playoffs, or both of y'all are coming off the season where y'all both went to the playoffs. It's just
Mm-hmm.
it seems like y'all just kind of interject that way somehow.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing you got this as a win.
Yeah. I don't know. So who's the other wide receiver?
Malik Neighbors and
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. Like they can be sneaky good, but I don't know. I don't know they're gonna do, man. And it depends on what's going to happen. Will they bench Russ if he's not having playing well? Who they going to put in there, right? Like, so I don't know, man. I don't know how they're going to do. I think they have the opportunity to be sneaky better than what they were, but I don't think that they're going to be that good. So I think we'll beat the Giants.
okay. And you said that y'all are splitting against the Bills, so that's another one right there.
Mm-hmm.
Now you're on the road against your other AFC heated rival that y'all always used to have battles in the playoffs in the regular season, Baltimore Ravens.
Yeah, Baltimore will win.
Okay, you answered that pretty quickly.
Yeah, and the only reason why I say Baltimore will win is because I think that they've gotten better. But they have a two-headed monster for that running game, and most people forget about that two-headed monster. All they think of is Derrick Henry. They forget about the other guy. You know what I'm saying? So I think that they'll utilize that more. if you remember in Georgia, how Todd used them in Georgia. I think he's going to start doing the same thing so that Derek is more fresh in the postseason.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, and they did just get Jair Alexander too. They did sign DeAndre Hopkins. DeAndre Hopkins is not what he used to be, but he can
He,
still be a
he's
threat.
Yeah, I think he's still better than most people think he is. I think he that injury that he had, he's going to come back. It's the same thing I said about Von Miller with Washington getting Von Miller, and everybody was like, "Oh, they got Von Miller," and I was like, "Yeah, he had that Achilles injury. That it takes about 2 years for you to come back from that." And you saw him last year. At the end of last year, how he was playing, he looked like the old Von Miller. So I think
Mhm.
that the Commanders got him at a steal, and he's going to have a dominant season with them. But anyway, go ahead.
All right. Then the last two games of the season, it's division rival games. You said you're sweeping the Jets, so I'm chalking that up as a win. Last game is at home against the Dolphins.
There's no way we can get swept by the Dolphins again. There's no way we can have that happen. Now I'm going to tell you, it is possible. All right, it is still possible. There's no possible way the Jets are going to beat us, but
Mm.
it's possible. So that's the question game for me. That's a very questionable game for me. All right,
Okay.
I'll chalk it up as a loss right now, but
Okay. So you chalking it up as a sweep
as
from
a
the
sweep,
Dolphins. Pretty.
yeah, I think it's still possible for them to do that. Now, I
Okay.
hate saying that, but I want to talk as a fan of football at this point in time when I'm predicting the schedule versus a fan of the
Three,
Patriots.
4,
However,
5. So 12-5. That's pretty much what you got.
yeah, but I still think it's gonna. I still think they'll still go in as a wild card. I still don't think they'll win the division. I still think that Buffalo will still win the division.
Okay. Okay. I mean, this right here speaks playoffs. 12-5. Drake May in the second season. With
But
Josh
yeah, that
McDaniels
would be
as
more the
the
defense though,
OC.
and I'm going to tell you, like Drake May will do what Drake May is going to do, but it's going to be a defense. That defense, I'm going to tell you, they're going to return a few of those interceptions for touchdowns. I think the special teams is going to be really good this year, and I think that they're going to put them in a position where they have a short field advantage a lot and stuff and things like that. So I think that you're going to see a complete team performance versus what we saw last year, where we had a coach who was afraid to pull the trigger when he should have pulled the trigger for Drake May in the first place. I get you want to play a veteran, but you don't draft somebody third overall to have him play behind someone. You put him on the field, you know,
That's true.
and I didn't I said at the beginning I didn't like that very much. We knew what he was going to do. All right, we do what he's going to do, and that guy's an able backup, right? But if you're going to throw the kid to the fire, forget about his. Oh man, you may hurt his confidence. Drake May, really? You going to hurt Drake May's confidence? Drake May is nothing but a calmer Baker Mayfield. That guy, you can't hurt his confidence. He's going to keep trying and keep trying and keep trying.
Yeah, he was like that in college at UNC. So
Exactly.
I got you. All right. Last thing, Tony. I mean, you got your all season grade out of the way. You gave you guys a B plus, B
Mm-hmm.
minus, something like that.
B plus.
Talked about your quarterback saying he's going to throw for 20, 26, 28 touchdowns, about 8 to 11 interceptions, almost close to 4,000 yards. Pretty good season. So he might be comeback player of the year or most improved. From what I think that's pretty much comeback player of the year. Because I don't
Mm.
same thing.
No,
And
I think
then
come back. They normally look at someone that got injured and stuff like that, and came back and had an awesome year the next year, which is
that's true.
what Stephon Diggs could possibly do this year. He can possibly get comeback player of the year.
That's true. That's true. I mean, according to Coach Coombs, though, he don't like playing in the cold. So we'll see how it happens then at the end of the season. And then got you guys going 12-5. So you got you guys getting into the playoffs in the wild card. So now after